So, how many guitars are you going to keep? Hey guys, I'm Cliffe. Welcome to the channel. This has been one of the big questions since I've started this baby steps towards minimalism journey that you've been following. Hopefully you can't hear too much background noise. There's construction work going on outside. But I have a ridiculous number of guitars. It is reducing gradually. But one of the questions that people ask me on YouTube and on Facebook and in person more than anything else is, so what are you going to keep? So I thought I would have a very quick flick through this week the electric guitars I'm keeping and kind of explain why, with one exception which I can't show you at the moment, but let's make a start. So the easiest decision in the world was blue, my Sur S4. It was the first Sur I bought. It's been upgraded and upgraded and upgraded and played and played and played. It's a very special guitar to me. It was bought with inheritance when my grandfather passed away, so that was obviously has sentimental value from that kind of standpoint. It was the first professional level guitar, I guess, that I ever owned after playing low and medium level Ibanez guitars before that. It's been through the wars a little bit, so it's got a few dings here and there, but it's just a very special guitar. You've seen it in a lot of videos. It was the guitar that I recorded all of the lead parts and most of the rhythm stuff for the Thinking Tree on. So yeah, this was never going to go anywhere. This is special. And then my attention turns to, well, what about my other Surs? So the next one I bought was Mikey, named in honour of my best friend Michael, who passed away a couple of years ago. So again, this has sentimental value for that. I called this one Mikey because Michael used to wear black a lot, so a trans black guitar was appropriate. Again, this is a guitar that's gone through a lot of changes. It's being played a lot. It's now my main guitar tuned to E flat, so it's got 10s on rather than 9.5 to 44. Yeah, the same set of changes, new pickguard and pickups. I've got these cool Schala metal, chrome knobs on it now, which I think really sets off these guitars. I've done that to all three of the Surs that I'm keeping, which is a bit of a spoiler. Onto the next one. I did a My Guitars update video on my main channel that kind of explains, but it's quite long and it does go through all 30 guitars, so this is just summarising a few. This is all red. This is my most recent Sur. Yes, it does mean that Prince, my purple one, will be the one that I will be selling. This one I really like because it's got the silent single coil system, so it's a good one to keep with single coil pickups. It's useful having some single coils sometimes. Great fun to play, really versatile guitar. Strangely does not bond with 10s gauge strings at all. It just feels weird, no matter whether it's tuned to E or E flat or whatever. It needs 9.5 strings, feels so much better on it, which is cool. That's fine. I need a guitar that will do that. So they're the three Surs. They're the main playing guitars. They're the guitars I'm going to use most of the time for live use. And then we have my 2016 Les Paul that I bought in 2016. This was predominantly, it wasn't completely, but it was predominantly a gift from my parents. So again, this was one that I wanted to keep hold of. If you've been watching my videos on my other channel, or possibly only one episode will come out by the time this video airs, but certainly over the next few weeks, there is a series of upgrading this where I've put in Brandon wound pickups, I've put in an Emerson custom wiring harness, I've changed the bridge and tailpiece to ABM, so good quality brass. I've changed the output jack to a pure tone output jack. I'd already changed the tuners to Goto Magnum locking tuners, so it's definitely not original, but it's a great playing guitar. and yeah, feels great, sounds great. I've got 11 to 49s on this. It's tuned down to D. Great for kind of rocking out. Really like that guitar. And my other Les Paul, which is one of my recent acquisitions that I bought secondhand from Japan, is going to be going through the same process. I haven't got there yet. It won't be staying in the same tuning. At the moment it is tuned to D just the same, but it will be going down to, I'm undecided whether to stick a really heavy low string on and have it in drop C, or stick 10s on it but with like a 50 or a 52 on the low string to play it in drop D. Not sure either of that, but again, a guitar for riffs and for rhythm parts, and a really nice guitar. Really looking forward to this having the Brandon wound pickups in as well, and yeah, the Emerson custom and all that stuff, because at the moment it's stock other than the tuners, so upgrades are coming. And then tellies. Many of you will know that I have 4 Fender Telecasters at the moment, and my aim is to reduce that to 2. So this was the most recent one, I think, and this one I've got tuned to open G. I couldn't remember. I like tellies for open tunings. It kind of has that Rolling Stones vibe to it. Again, I've done some upgrades to it. It's got a twisted telly in the neck. It's got a 4-way switch. It's got a, what do you call it, electro socket, output jack. So a few tweaks. Obviously, the fact that you can't buy this guitar anyway, because this colour was only available with a rosewood fretboard. So yeah, it's different. It's staying. It's cool. And the final electric guitar in Hong Kong. You've got to bear in mind that when I started this journey I had 17 electric guitars. This is my other telly, this is my light plastic blue one. This is in open E, open D, open E. So again, great for playing slide on or just any kind of little open tuning licks. It's also easy enough to take into standard tuning for any little country bits. Same upgrades, twisted telly, 4-way switch, maple neck that isn't available on this model. So yeah, another really cool guitar. So those are the 7 guitars that I'm keeping, which was kind of not too difficult to whittle down, in the sense that, yeah, if I'm looking at just sentimental attachments and guitars that I can make the most use of, but at the same time, you know, it was always tricky to say I'm going to get rid of X or I'm going to get rid of Y, because some of these guitars, you know, Beastie that I gave away to Rob, I've had since 2004. Yeah, so 12 years of good solid use, and then a couple of years when I haven't really played it. But you know, sometimes you move on. So this is kind of a follow-up, I guess, to, was it week 2 when I started talking about guitars. Next week I'll be looking at something a little bit more ethereal and talky again, and then we'll be looking at more gear over the coming weeks. I want to thank you for joining me on this journey. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that. Go and check out my other channel if you want to see what exactly happened to the other guitars, if you want to find out about basses and acoustics and all that kind of thing. There is, as I say, it's called My Guitars, an update that explains the whole thing. Other than that, as I say, thank you for joining me on the journey. Please let me know what you think. Share the channel. I want to get my subscriber numbers up. That'd be really cool. And until then, take care guys. Speak to you soon.